What's going on YouTube? Today I'm going to be trying a little trick that I heard about for improving braking performance on these second-gen Dodge Rams. Mine is a 1500, but I think it would work for a 25 and 3500 as well. Definitely for a 2500. What I'm doing is I'm replacing this rear cylinder here with one out of a 1996 Chevy 3500 dually. I will leave the exact specs in the description, but that's what I told the AutoZone employees. You can see it is a little bit bigger than the one that's in there, but the bolts line up. So we're going to take my old one off and put this new Chevy one on and see if it changes the braking performance at all. Obviously, to get to this point, there's a couple things you need to do. You need to pull the wheel off to do that. That's how I jack mine up. I put my jack next to the rear diff and the jack stand in that little U-bolt thing. That's how I've always jacked it up. If you guys do have another way of jacking these Rams up, let me know, because this is the only way I've ever done it, and it's always worked for me, but I'd love to know. Make sure you block the front tires. You see I got them blocked off except for this one on the back, but that doesn't matter. I have it on the other side over there. Anyway, just be safe, you know, jack stand, chock the tires. And then what you got to do is you got to pull this drum off. To do that, just grab yourself a sledge. A rubber mallet's actually a little bit better because you don't damage this. I didn't actually have to use this at all because I've taken this off recently. But if I was going to use a steel hammer, I would put a little block of wood in between the hammer and the drum to avoid damaging the drum. And all you do is you just tap on the four corners like that, and just break it loose and then grab onto it, pull it off. Make sure your parking brake is disengaged or else it will not come off. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. The next thing you're going to want to do once you get that drum off to replace the cylinder is you just grab onto this guy here like that, lever that up, and then you're going to want to take and stick a flathead screwdriver in there between the spring and that pin. And then the next thing you're going to want to do is do that same procedure right here. Yeah, it's going to take me 2 hands to do it, so I will turn the camera back on once I get that. Okay, now that you get that disconnected, all you do is you take and move the shoes back away, so you get these things free. You're going to want to pull these little guys out and set them off to the side. Now, you got to come around back here. Oops. Anyway, you gotta come around back here. There's 2 bolts that hold that thing on. These 2 right here, here, and here. Just take those off. I believe they're 1/2 inch. So just take and buzz those off, and then you take the line wrench on the back, which I think is 7/16, maybe 3/8. This over here. This guy here, just put a line wrench on that, or an end wrench. You don't have a line wrench, and pull that guy off. One trick that I figured out for taking this thing loose, I forgot to mention it before, is you take a screwdriver, put it back here, and pry this e-brake lever forward, and then that'll help you take this bigger spring loose, or this bigger, I didn't really spring cover rod thing for the e-brake loose. But yeah, I'm going to just unbolt that cylinder real quick. Alright, so I got the Chevy cylinder on there, and I just started putting it back together. Turned out this was 3/8, those were 1/2 inch. And I just used my line wrench and 1/2 inch socket. Now what you gotta do, you just put all the springs back in the right spot. Make sure these little guys go back in the new cylinder, like so. Just make sure everything is lined up how it should be. Try to give you guys a good look at everything so you can see how it's supposed to go. But anyway, so just make sure everything's lined back up, and then when you put your springs back on, a handy trick is to hook it with a screwdriver like this. Put it up here. There you go. That side's back together. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side, and then I will bleed the brakes. There's a little bleed valve here. There we go. This little guy right there. He just, standard procedure for bleeding brakes. I'm going to assume that you guys know how to do that, and if you don't, just YouTube it. But I'm going to go ahead and bleed that, whip it all back together, and then take it for a drive and see if it made any difference. Alright, so it's been about a day since I installed these cylinders, and I've been using them a lot. I was just out getting firewood. I got like a cord and a half yesterday and today. But anyway, they definitely made a big difference. My brakes are still a little bit soft on the top end and the grabbing, but then when they do grab, these definitely help, and there is definitely more stopping power. So I would recommend that if you just want a quick, a little bit of boost for 20 bucks, it's definitely worth it. Besides the rear brakes, I just got this new power stop kit that I installed also yesterday, and I will put a video of that up soon as a little sneak peek. You see some slots and some drills. So I will be putting that video up soon. I will also be putting up a video about these new lights and the setup that I finally went with. I'm very happy with them, and they've been performing excellent. I haven't made a video about it yet because I wanted to have them in for a little bit so I could do a good comprehensive review and maybe speak about the reliability a little bit, and I think I have a pretty good idea by now. So I will be uploading that soon. We are currently on our way to install transfer case in a Jeep Cherokee, and I will also make some videos about that. Well, if you liked this video and found it helpful, I would of course appreciate likes and subscribers. If you got anything to say, feel free to comment down below, and until next time, see you later.